All right, so now we're going to look at a couple of examples here. We're going to look at two questions where they give you the explicit formula, and you want to change it to the recursive formula. So, and we're going to look at an arithmetic sequence and a geometric sequence. So take a look at the difference between number 1 and number 2. I switched the numbers. I put 7 over here, 2 over here, 2 over here, 7 over there. Not that big of a deal. The biggest difference I want you to see is that this has a plus and this has a multiplying. So when it says plus, you know this is going to be arithmetic, because arithmetic deals with adding to the next term. Term, you add, term, you add, term, you add. Right here, this is multiplication because we multiply with geometric sequences. So when figuring out going from explicit to recursive, they're kind of the same formulas. So what we're going to look at is you always want to know your A1 for both of these. You always want to know your A1, which is pretty simple in this case. Your A1 is going to be 7 here. So 7 is your A1 here. And for this one, 2 is going to be your A1 for this. So our A1 for the top is 7, because again, there's nothing around the 7. That kind of tells us that's our first term. And down here, 2 is our first term because, again, the 7 over here is attached to that n minus 1, which means that's going to continue to change. But the 2 is going to be our first term. Now, the recursive formula here, A sub n equals, A sub n equals, it's going to look a little different here. All you have to do is find your, for the top part, your common difference. Your common difference is always going to be that number that's attached to that n minus 1. So how you write that is, you write it as A sub n minus 1, and then whatever that number is, that's a plus 2, so you put plus 2. And that's all. That's exactly how that looks. Again, this is multiple choice when you do it, when you take it. So again, just kind of understanding it. That's your A1 is 7, your common difference is the 2, and it'll be there. For number 2, our common ratio, what it's going to continue to change by, is this right here. It's the 7 right here. So it's going to keep multiplying by 7. It's going to keep multiplying by 7. And how you write that is 7 times the a n minus 1. And all the a n minus 1 means just means your previous term. Not too concerned about that right now. Really just want to understand the difference between going from the explicit formula to the recursive formula. And that's what this video hopefully is going to help you with. So now let's look at a couple of examples on the bottom part of this. Again, it's going to help you out for the quiz. This is going from the recursive formula to the explicit formula. So you know your A1 for both of these. It tells you A1 equals 3 here, A1 equals 3 over 5. But notice the difference in the recursive formula here. This says A sub n minus 1 minus 6, and this says 1/2 times A sub n minus 1. So that's the biggest difference. This says minus, this says times. So we know because this says minus, that means this is the arithmetic sequence. And because this says multiplies, this says times, this is a geometric sequence. So when we set this up, we always, again, we continue to write it the same way. It's A sub n. You always put your first term first. I know it says, but you always put your first term first. So this says 3 is our first term, so we put that first. Here, our first term here is 3 over 5, so we put 3 over 5. Now the next step is you put your common difference or common ratio. So our common difference up here is this minus 6, so we put minus 6, and then what attaches to that is the n minus 1. Okay, because it's a subtraction, because we're essentially adding a negative 6, or you can say we're subtracting 6, it attaches to the n minus 1. Over here, because this is multiplication, we're going to put times 1/2, and the n minus 1 actually goes at the very top as an exponent. So again, just knowing the difference, arithmetic sequence, the n minus 1 is beside your common difference right here. 3, your first term, minus 6, which is your common difference, and then you put the n minus 1 next to it. And then over here on the bottom part, this is geometric. So A1, 3 over 5 goes first, times your common ratio. This is your common ratio. And when it's geometric, you put the n minus 1 as an exponent. So when it's multiplication, you put the n minus 1 as the exponent. Hopefully this helps. Again, you can use these videos to help you with the quiz. But again, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I can help you during this time. I'll continue to make videos for y'all. I just got to know exactly what y'all want it on. Other than that, I'm going to make videos I feel like you need based on the material you're going to get from the teachers that you have. Have a great day.